Stop for a second and ask yourself something honest. Who are you blaming today? Your parents, your boss, your bad luck, the economy, the people who never gave you a chance? Earl Nightingale, the man who was called the Dean of Personal Development, said something that most people never want to hear: nobody is coming to rescue you, and nobody is responsible for where you are right now except you. That single idea, if you truly accept it, has the power to change the entire direction of your life. Nightingale spent decades studying why some people succeed while others, with the same opportunities, the same intelligence, and sometimes even better starting positions, end up stuck. And the answer he found was almost embarrassingly simple. It wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It wasn't even hard work alone. The real difference was this. Successful people took full ownership of their lives, while everyone else spent their energy explaining why things weren't their fault. Blame feels good in the moment. It protects your ego. It lets you sleep at night without facing the uncomfortable truth that maybe, just maybe, you had a part to play in your own struggle. But blame is also a trap, because the moment you hand responsibility to someone else, you also hand them the power to fix your life. And they never will. Nobody is coming to fix it for you. Think about the people you know who complain the most. The ones who always have a reason why it didn't work out. The economy was bad. The boss was unfair. Their family didn't support them. Now think about the people who actually built something, a business, a skill, a better version of themselves. Did they have zero problems? No. They had the same problems, sometimes worse. The difference is they stopped asking, whose fault is this, and started asking, what am I going to do about it? That shift, from blame to responsibility, is the exact moment a person starts to change their life. Earl Nightingale used to say that we become what we think about. If your mind is constantly focused on who wronged you, who held you back, who didn't believe in you, then your mind is trapped in the past, replaying a story where you are the victim. And a victim mindset, no matter how justified it feels, never builds anything. It only protects what's already broken. But the moment you say, "This is on me now," something shifts. You stop waiting for an apology that's never coming. You stop waiting for the world to suddenly become fair. You start working with the cards you actually have, instead of the cards you wish you had. This doesn't mean bad things didn't happen to you. Maybe you did have a hard childhood. Maybe someone really did betray you. Maybe the system really is unfair in certain ways. Nightingale never said the world is perfectly just, he said something more powerful. He said that regardless of what happened to you, your response is still yours to choose. Two people can go through the exact same hardship. One spends the next 20 years blaming it, and the other uses it as fuel to build something greater than the pain itself. The hardship was the same. The outcome was completely different. That difference is responsibility. Here's the hard part: nobody likes to admit blaming others is often easier than blaming yourself, but it's also the reason so many people stay exactly where they are for years, sometimes their entire lives. If you always have someone else to point at, you never have to look in the mirror and ask the real question: what am I doing, every single day, to move myself forward? What habits am I choosing? What excuses am I protecting? What comfort am I refusing to give up? These questions are uncomfortable. That's exactly why most people avoid them and choose blame instead. Blame requires zero effort. Responsibility requires everything. But here's the beautiful part of this truth. If you are responsible for where you are, that also means you are capable of changing it. If your circumstances were entirely someone else's fault, you would be powerless, stuck waiting for them to fix it. But since you played a role, even a small one, you also hold the key. That is not a punishment. That is freedom. Nightingale believed this was the real secret behind every self-made success story. Not that these people never faced obstacles, but that they refused to let blame become their permanent home. So today, stop for a moment and be brutally honest with yourself. Where in your life have you been quietly blaming someone else for a situation you actually have the power to change? Your health? Your finances? Your relationships? Your career? Whatever it is, the moment you stop pointing fingers and start taking ownership, you take back control. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody owes you anything. And that is not bad news, that is the best news you will hear all year, because it means the person who can finally change your life is already in the room. It's you. Stop blaming. Start building. That is how every real transformation begins, and that is exactly what Earl Nightingale spent his entire life trying to teach the world.